And I'll be chairing this morning. We're here to see about a premises licence for number 9 Dilwyn Street. Could I have any apologies for absence, please?
No apologies, Chair.
Any disclosures of personal or prejudicial interest? No? Thank you. Would you like to go through basically what the running order?
Yes, I can do that. Good morning, everyone. The procedure today is that the chair will open the meeting, introduce everyone, explain why we're here. The officer from the licensing department will read out the report, and councillors can ask questions of the officer and the report. Those who've made representations, in this case South Wales Police, they'll make their representations, and councillors may wish to ask some questions. You'll have your chance to make your application, and there may be questions from the councillors. There will then be an open discussion where anyone can ask others questions through the chair. South Wales Police will make their final comments. You'll have the last say. The committee will then be closed. Everyone will be asked to leave. The members will make their decision, and the applicant, you'll get a written notification of that within 5 working days. So that's how it'll go.
Thank you. I think we'd all introduce ourselves so we know exactly who we're talking to. I'm Councillor Penny Matthews. On my right.
Jeremy Parkhouse, Democratic Services.
Annie Davis, Licensing Officer.
Rachel Loosemore, Operational Lead for Licensing.
Aaron Murphy, Licensing Officer.
PC Nicola Evans, Licensing for the police, and I cover Swansea City Centre.
PC Paul Jones, Police Licensing.
Usam Sami, acting as agent on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Sakilang.
I'm Sakilan Salvanayagam. I am the applicant. Thank you.
Bridget Rowlands, I'm a councillor and I sit on the licensing committee.
Councillor Leslie Walton.
Good morning, I'm Adrian Jeremiah. I'm a solicitor for the authority. I can ask one question before we start. I understand you're the husband of the applicant and the agent for the applicant. Can you confirm that you've got full authority to bind the applicant with anything that you do today or you say on their behalf? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So we go to the officer now, who will take us briefly through the papers because you will have had a copy and you'll obviously know what's on these. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Premises is Premier Stores, 9 Dilwyn Street, Swansea, SA1 4AE. The applicant is Esther Sakalan and the application is for a new premises licence. An application for a new premises licence was received by this authority on the 15th of December 2023. The applicant has applied for a premises licence to allow the following licensable activities to take place. Supply of alcohol Monday to Sunday, 7 AM till 2 AM, and late night refreshment Monday to Sunday, 11 PM until 2 AM. A copy of the application and plan is attached to Appendix A, which can be found on pages 7 to 31 of your agenda pack, and page 32. Background: the premises is an off-licence store situated in the city centre. A location plan is attached to Appendix B, which is on page 33, and a list of licensed premises in the area attached to Appendix B1, which can be found on pages 34 to 35. Promotion of the licensing objectives. The Licensing Act 2003 contains 4 licensing objectives, namely the prevention of crime and disorder, public safety, prevention of public nuisance, and the protection of children from harm. Each of these objectives is of equal importance and the application must demonstrate how they are to be promoted. Conditions which are consistent with the operating schedule and will be attached to the licence if granted are attached to Appendix C, which is on page 36 of your pack. Relevant representations. South Wales Police, a representation has been received. A copy of the representation has been attached to Appendix D, which can be found on pages 37 to 39. No other representations were received. Policy considerations. Considering this application, members should have regard to the current statement of licensing policy, which can be found at the following link in your pack. Guidance issued by the Home Secretary. Members should also have regard to the relevant parts of this current statutory guidance issued by the Home Secretary in January 2024. In particular, Introduction, Chapter 1, Licence and Objectives, Chapter 2, Applications for Premises Licences, Chapter 8, Determining Applications, Chapter 9, Conditions Attached to Premises Licences, Chapter 10, and Statement of Licensing Policy, Chapter 14. A link can be found in your pack. Determination of the application. The decision must be based on the individual merits of the application and the representations received, with a view to promoting the licence and objectives outlined in paragraph 5 of the report. In arriving at the decision, members should also have regard to the relevant provisions of the policy and the guidance as previously provided. Reasons must be provided for any departures from the policy or guidance. In reaching the decision, the committee must, having regard to the representations, take such steps mentioned below, if any, as it considers appropriate for the promotion of the licence and objectives. A. Grant the licence subject to conditions that reflect the operating schedule, modified to such extent as the authority considers appropriate for promotion of the licence and objectives, and any mandatory conditions relevant to the licence. B. Exclude any of the licensable activities to which the application relates. C. Refuse to specify a person in the licence as the premises supervisor. And D. Reject the application. In view of the representations received, the licensing subcommittee's instructions are requested.
Thank you. Do either of the committee have any questions, please? No? Thank you. To the relevant authority now, so that would be over to the police.
Morning, everyone. Madam Chair and committee members. I realise you've all seen the representations put before you. I just wanted to bring the important points to the forefront. City Centre of Swansea is currently experiencing unprecedented numbers of antisocial behaviour incidents in this locality. Therefore, a crime team had to be set up to tackle the issues. Under the 4 licensing objectives, namely in this application, the prevention of crime and disorder, public safety, prevention of public nuisance, and the protection of children from harm. The incidents brought to my attention from this new team are persons drinking and then fighting amongst themselves and others, causing a police response, which in turn is creating problems for local businesses and the public who feel intimidated when walking by in a close proximity. The team has gone a long way to tackle this problem for the surrounding premises. However, there is still street drinking from persons who are alcohol dependent, which in turn obviously creates problems. They need to source their drink from somewhere and unfortunately look to the local convenience stores to do so. They are also continuing to move under Picton Lane, which is more or less opposite this premises. At present, the current issues really are the street drinking, begging, which is intimidating public passing by, thefts, disorder, fighting amongst themselves, and creating the public to be fearful. There is a nearby convenience store that has agreed to 11 p.m. close to assist in tackling this problem, which would assist in the 4 licensing objectives of the crime and disorder and the public safety, the prevention of public nuisance and the protection from children from harm, which I would believe most of these incidents are incorporated in. I do not have the full figures of the crimes at present, although I have requested this. But however, I can confirm that if a new team has been appointed to protect the public and tackle the ongoing issues, there is a serious problem in the area. It is feared by South Wales Police that if this convenience store is granted a licence until 2 a.m, this will in fact cause a step backwards in the work that's already been undertaken to tackle the issues. This will aid these alcohol-dependent persons to continue to drink in this area, which will affect the local residents, the edge of sandfields, and also the local businesses that have to put up with the persons sleeping, defecating and urinating in the doorways, along obviously with the noise nuisance that the public in their homes would have to endure. South Wales Police are not objecting to a new convenience store that will provide for the surrounding homes. However, we are objecting to the late hour they wish to supply the alcohol. South Wales Police do not support a 2 a.m. close and wish to bring this back to 11 p.m. as the other local convenience store in the area has adhered to. I appreciate that every application should be looked at on its own merit. However, these are the ongoing problems and are directly in this vicinity. Along with the closing hour of 11 p.m, South Wales Police would also ask for the consideration of the following conditions. No alcohol to be sold via a single can sale with the alcohol ABV over 6.5%. and for a personal licence holder to be on duty at all times when the premises is open for the purpose of selling alcohol. I would ask you, Madam Chair, and committee members to consider this information that has been provided and the representations made by South Wales Police, which fall under the 4 licensing objectives. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Do you have any questions of the police?
You said one store has said that it's going to close at 11. Which store is that, please?
Read the name of the store. Okay. Yeah. Councillor Walton, do you have any questions? So we come to you now, and if you'd like to give us the case and explain to us exactly what you intend doing. Okay.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to allow us to tackle these concerns that South Wales Police have raised. So firstly, we appreciate the concerns raised by South Wales Police and the efforts being made to address issues related to antisocial behaviour, street drinking and disorderly conduct in the vicinity. We share the commitment to public safety and acknowledge the responsibility that comes with operating a licensed premises. In response to the concerns raised, we would like to present our case for maintaining the proposed closing time of 2 a.m. and serving alcohol until 2 a.m. We believe that with the implementation of appropriate measures, we can operate responsibly and contribute positively to the community. We understand the historical challenges associated with convenience stores, but we are confident in our ability to manage the premises effectively. To address these concerns raised by South Wales Police, we propose the following additional measures. Firstly, enhanced security. We commit to implementing robust security and CCTV measures. This includes the presence of trained security personnel, especially during the late hours, which is from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., to ensure the safety of customers and the surrounding area. Secondly, collaboration. We are open to collaborating closely with the local authorities, including South Wales Police, to address and prevent any issues related to antisocial behaviour, disorder and street drinking. So regular communication, cooperation can help identify and resolve these issues promptly. And community engagement, so we can actively engage with the local community to understand their concerns and work together to find practical solutions. This may include participating in neighbourhood watch programmes and supporting initiatives that contribute to the well-being of the community. We firmly believe that maintaining a closing time of 2 a.m. aligns with the changing dynamics of the city centre, providing residents and visitors with additional options for services during the late hours. We are committed to being a responsible business that contributes positively to the local economy and community. We kindly request that you reconsider our application in light of the proposed measures and our commitment to responsible operation. We believe that with the safeguards in place, we can contribute to the vibrancy of the area while addressing the concerns raised by South Wales Police. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for that. Do you have any questions, please? Okay.
Do you have any other premises that are similar to this one?
We got 3 more stores, but it's on the residential area. It's not on the high street. We close until 11 o'clock, 7 until 11 o'clock then, yeah. We never had any problem with the all 3 stores. 1 in Swansea, 2 in Port Albert.
And what else will be sold at the store?
Yes, we do the lottery, pay point, all the food, news, shop drinks, all kind of grocery items, bread, milk.
But there will be no hot food. It's
Yeah.
convenience though.
Have you consulted any of the residents around this proposed premises to see what their general feeling is of it?
Yes, most of them I saw office building on the nearest to the stores. There's no residents. They're on the by Domino's and other sides is like a tattoo shop. Most of them are empty at the moment because there's the town is gradually dying. There's no businesses around that. So most of the business closed on the other sides. It was also empty property. They moved from the business. We plan that there's no residents or no one living in upstairs also.
And then finally, the other businesses, as I know you said that there are some closed, but the active businesses there, have you been in touch with those and have they given you any indication of what their feelings are on it?
Yeah, some of the business they close 11 o'clock. Some other there's other two store, one Nisa and one I think Lifestyle Express. They close 20. I used to work one of the store I think 5 years back. I was doing the night shift at the time. Then yeah, I got the experience from that Swansea Street. I nearly 4 or 5 years I worked there. Then yeah.
You've heard and understood what the police said their concerns are with regard to people hanging around and that. Can you tell us what measures you're going to put in place? Because where the premises is, there's quite a big pavement outside. So it's quite likely that having come out with cans, whatever, they could potentially hang around there. What would you be doing to try and stop that happening?
So especially during the hours of the late night refreshments from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., we would hire a licensed security guard who would basically control that area and move people along if they do congregate around there. People of interest. So if South Wales Police or the local authority can give us images of people of interest, we can put them behind the counter and we can recognize those people. So if they are prone to nuisance in the area, we can refuse them sale of alcohol. I believe it's all about communication and collaboration. We can solve this issue together.
So you clearly will be discussing this with, should you get the license and the hours you want, with the police so that you can work collaboratively, yes? Okay, thank you.
You said about the security guards that you're putting in place. What days would they be in place?
Every day that we are open from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Across that you'd like to put, please? Yeah, okay.
I appreciate that. Obviously, you're willing to work with the police, and that's great for us. Thank you. You know, most of the businesses do to assist the problems. My concern really is the fact that if you put in security on and you're moving them away from your shop, if they've bought the alcohol in your shop, you're just going to move it up to someone else's doorway. And the problem is going to continue if you understand what I'm saying. And that's the concern of going from the 11 till 2. You were putting fabulous measures in place, but is that going to help the surrounding area? And I know you said it's not residential, but a lot of people are going to use your shop. The back of your shop is into Sandfields. That is residential. So that's my concern.
To respond?
So Mr. Sackland was saying, when we recognize those who do commit nuisance, we can stop serving them alcohol or refuse to serve them alcohol if that will help the issue.
No more questions, no? Any questions across this? No? Okay, thank you. If you'd like to sum up, once you've summed up and finished, we will go into recess with the legal team and you'll get your answer within 5 working days, okay? So if you'd like to just sum up.
So again, thank you for the opportunity to present our case, and we appreciate the concerns raised by everybody. And we will do everything we can to work with South Wales Police and alleviate any nuisance disorders. That's it from me.
Thank you all for attending this morning.